Welcome again to Ask Dr. Maisha, where we're creating pathways to peace of mind. This week's question comes from Joanna S., and she asked, what are the best natural remedies for migraine headaches? What a great question, Joanna, and thank you for that. Now, I know about migraines because I myself used to suffer from migraines fairly frequently. And since I've discovered some of my triggers and discovered some natural ways to take care of them, I don't have them as often as I used to, and hopefully today's lesson will do the same for you. So first and foremost, I want to talk a little bit about what a migraine headache is for those of you who are watching who may not have experienced a migraine but know someone who has. First of all, migraine is not just a headache. It's actually a whole syndrome of symptoms that happen that sometimes result in an excruciating headache along with different neurological symptoms. The components of a migraine usually include some type of what we call a prodrome. The person who's experiencing the migraine knows the migraine is coming on, either because they can feel a sort of sensation in their head, like maybe a fogginess sensation, or they might start to get light sensitive or sound sensitive, and some people even may see something called scotomas, which means they're seeing spots or they're seeing flashes of lights. That's the beginning signs that a migraine may be coming on. Then it's accompanied by sometimes nausea, dizziness, vomiting, and along with a lot of times an excruciating headache that is sensitive to any sound, light, a lot of smells, and even movement. Many people with migraines, the only thing once the migraine occurs that can actually help that pain, that migraine to go away besides prescription medication is to go into a dark room and take a nap and go to sleep. So with that said, why do people get migraines? Well, migraine is associated with the syndrome or the neurotransmitter serotonin and also the neurotransmitter norepinephrine. And norepinephrine is part of the fight and flight hormone, and serotonin is the hormone that, or excuse me, neurotransmitter. And serotonin is the neurotransmitter we often hear about associated with anxiety or depression. When these neurotransmitters are in excess or deficient, then it causes in the brain, the blood vessels in the brain to become inflamed, and then at first the blood vessels will contract, and that's why people will see the flashes of light or the scotomas, and then the blood vessels will dilate, causing a rush of blood flow to the brain, and that's what causes the excruciating headache. So that's sort of the medical pathology behind a migraine. Now, here's what's more important. How do you manage a migraine naturally? The first thing I want to say is, if you're a person who is experiencing migraines and you just started to experience migraines as an adult, you need to go get checked out by your physician. It's important that they make sure that there's nothing physically inside your brain that is causing the migraine, or physically going on that could be causing the migraine. Different things could cause it. Brain tumors, hormonal imbalances can cause migraines, but the most common cause of migraines usually is stress, certain food allergies that may cause migraines, and even lack of sleep and prolonged hunger. So these are the types of things you want to get evaluated with your own physician, whether it be a traditional doctor or whether it be a more integrative physician, so that they can investigate what could be behind the migraine, and then you can get that taken care of. Now, if you're a long-time migraine sufferer and you know that you've been checked out and there's no brain tumor and your hormones have been balanced, then we can look at what are some natural ways to manage your migraines. The first and foremost, of course, is to avoid the triggers. Now, me personally, my triggers were always prolonged hunger, meaning not eating for long periods of time, lack of sleep, stress, and overexposure to certain scents and overexposure to certain sounds. So when I primarily avoid a lot of my triggers, then I don't get a migraine. And for you, it may be certain foods. I did have a patient one time who reacted to turkey, and then I had another one who reacted to nuts and almonds. So you want to make sure that if you know what your triggers are, that you avoid them. staying hydrated is also a great way to prevent your migraines from coming on. Dehydration is a major, and dehydration and overexposure to heat is another major trigger for migraines. So you want to always make sure that when you feel a migraine coming on, that you've eaten, that you have rested, and that you are drinking plenty of water. Now, there are some natural things that you can do to actually start to eliminate your migraine at the first sign that your migraine is coming on. And I do recommend that anytime you know a migraine is coming on, that at the very first sign of it, you get to whatever the supplement that you're going to use and take care of that. So the first thing is Valerian. And Valerian works because it modulates the serotonin system in the brain. But the thing about valerian root is that it does cause drowsiness. So if you're going to take valerian, you need to be in a place where you can take an 8-hour nap. The second thing that actually helps with migraines is lavender and peppermint essential oils. So if you are a person who is out and you frequently experience migraines, and you should carry a little bottle of essential oil, lavender and peppermint, or you can do a peppermint lavender mix in a carrier oil such as coconut oil or almond oil. And when that migraine starts to come, you can rub a little bit on the temples, or you can use it as a scent, or you can rub it a little bit on the chest area here so that that scent comes up, and that will help to disperse that migraine. A third thing that actually really works, and I have to say it works, and I know that it works because I actually tried it, is deep breathing meditation. And I have to tell you the story. I was on a ferry and I had no medications, I had no lavender peppermint oil, and I had a migraine. And the only thing I could do was close my eyes and breathe and relax. And just doing that helped to decrease the inflammation that was going on that was the cause of the migraine. And I was able to get to the island that I was on the ferry, drink lots of water, close my eyes and rest, and eliminate the migraine that way. So closing your eyes, doing meditation for 5 to 15 minutes, doing some deep breathing, and again hydration, those would be some good non-nutritional or non-medical ways, natural ways to eliminate the migraine once it's come on. Now there are a couple of things that you can do to prevent your migraines from coming on. And the first is regular exercise. Regular exercise just helps to keep the muscles relaxed and keep the inflammation down and keep the endorphin and serotonin system regulated so that the migraine doesn't come on in the first place. The other thing is omega fatty acids. And the reason that omega fatty acids work is because the basis of migraines is inflammation. And the omega fatty acids actually decrease that inflammation. And so taking a fish oil or krill oil or flaxseed oil, if you're vegan, is a great way to keep your inflammation down. Similarly, coconut oil is a great anti-inflammatory, and it's a great way to keep the inflammation down and prevent migraines from coming on. And then the third thing I'll mention is magnesium. And what magnesium does is it keeps the blood vessels relaxed, it keeps the muscles relaxed, because many migraines start with a tension headache, and it keeps you relaxed overall so that the migraine never gets triggered. So you can take, there's a particular product called Calm. It's a powdered magnesium supplement that you can mix in hot water and take with any tea, and it will, if you do that on a nightly basis, if you're a migraine sufferer, that actually will help to prevent migraines. There are many, many other things outside of the scope, but what I recommend is if you are a person who suffers from migraines, that you do see your integrative medicine doctor, your holistic doctor, so that you can find out what is going to work for you. Again, I want to thank Joanna S. for such a great question, and remember that you're here with Dr. Maisha, and we're here creating your wellness blueprint. To learn more about this topic, or to learn how to create your own wellness blueprint, stop stress, and find peace of mind, Visit www.create-your-blueprint.com, and here you can download your free guide to eliminating stress, life on your terms, pathways to peace of mind. You all have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Namaste.